Hi everyone, it's Tani. If you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. Glad you're here. I typically film makeup videos. I talk about makeup, I put makeup on, I review makeup, I talk about people who make makeup, and I also sometimes vlog some things, but they're mainly just where I like chit chat with you all because I'm not real comfortable showing like my family life on YouTube. Maybe at some point, but today I wanted to do the part-time YouTuber tag. I don't make money from YouTube, and I feel like that really pushes me like back a good bit. And like I know eventually I could possibly get there. I don't want to say that I will because it could be the case that I never make money off YouTube, and that's okay. I like to make money off YouTube, but that's okay if that doesn't happen. The questions within this tag will kind of give you a little bit more of an insight about me, about my channel, and answer any questions you might be having about my channel. Anything else that I may not cover in this video or that you're curious about, feel free to comment in the comment section down below or send me a message and I'll be glad to answer that for you as best I can. Getting right into it, the first question is, what is your main gig or what is your job outside of YouTube? So I am a social worker. I have my master's degree in social work. I got it from accredited university here last year, May of 2020. I fully graduated, got my diploma, was ready to like go to work and actually make money. Well, social workers don't make squat. So that kind of like, it was always like I always wanted something on the side to help with that. And while I don't make money off YouTube, it's still like that doesn't bother me as much, and we'll get into that a lot more. I basically just do visits with families who have children under the age of 4. So we really just try and push that like parents get involved. That's basically my job. And I would say it's a very rewarding job, but it's very taxing. And I think YouTube really helps with that. Second question, what made you want to start YouTube? So back in March of 2020, I'm sure you all know what was happening at that time. I kind of needed something to do, and I found that like YouTube was one of those things that I watched it so much that I kind of grew my own opinion. And like certain videos, I can like tell what the people are going to say based on who they are and how much I've watched of them. I sometimes get to know their likes, dislikes, their skin type, if they're oily or dry, you know what I mean? Like things that I could pick up on what they will and won't like, sort of a thing. So I kind of became really good at almost predicting what people would like. And I kind of got into the habit of like, okay, I know this Urban Decay product's not good. This MAC product is good. People don't really care for this Physicians Formula product, but they really seem to like this Wet n Wild foundation. Like it just became this very like, not quite predictable for me, but I still felt like I kind of had a little bit of an insight into that. And I guess it's because I did watch like a crap ton of YouTube. I still do to this day, but I did watch a lot. I got into beauty makeup or beauty YouTube back in like 2016, I think, and really like heavily plowed into buying all the makeup, trying to collect everything, trying to keep up with all the new trends and every new product that was coming out that people were reviewing and liking and pushing. And it kind of made me want to share my opinion with others. And I always say I started my YouTube channel because nobody will listen to me talk about makeup. So why not start a channel for people who actually want to listen to me talk about makeup? So that's basically the whole reason that I have this channel, is to just talk about makeup. And even if I'm just filming into my phone or my camera and I delete it after the video, I'm getting these thoughts out, and it like does make me feel better, whether it be like an opinion on a YouTuber or a product, or there's a controversy going on in any kind of space. Like talking about it just gets it out. And I feel like that's like such a nice part for YouTube, is that there's people that like actually want to hear you talk about that. So that's really cool. Number 3, what is your channel about? Do you stick to one niche or do you cover a few? So my channel, I would say, is very makeup themed. I always wanted to be DIY, home, I love those types of videos, but I am not one of those people. I wanted to be sort of like a lifestyle vlogger. I don't have an interesting enough life to be a lifestyle vlogger. I realized that early on, that is not going to happen. I sometimes do an occasional like Aldi haul, grocery haul, talk about things that I've bought, but I really just tried to stay in the makeup realm because I feel like that's where I really sort of know my stuff, but also feel more confident. A lot of the videos that I film are basically based around my confidence. If I have a lack of confidence and I film a video and I don't feel very strong about it, I delete it. I don't even bother uploading it because I'd rather not put out something terrible knowing that it's bad and like take the time and energy to put out something better if it takes me a little longer, if that makes sense. Um, I mainly, ugh, I mainly just stick to not so much tutorials. I sometimes try and like walk through a look, but I know that at this point people kind of have that down. That I think that's just I've kind of gotten used to that, so that's how I do it. I do a lot of get ready with me's. I talk about makeup. I do anti hauls. I like a lot of like calling out brands. But I feel like a lot of those are very opinionated, and that's something I kind of want to steer away from in the upcoming year, is just to make things a little bit more factual because opinionated videos are great, but there's not a whole lot of effort put into them. And I'd like to like try and push my videos and like push the content to being a little bit more than what it is now. Number 4 says, did you always know YouTube would be a side gig or do you ever want to be a full-time YouTuber? I don't make any money off YouTube. I could say that like forever. I don't have any ads. I don't have any sponsorships. I don't promote things. I mean, I push products that I like, but because I like them. I bought them myself. Nobody's paying me to say any kind of opinion. And I kind of like it that way, but it would also be nice to get paid for my efforts because I really get jealous whenever I see YouTubers doing PR hauls or they say this brand sent me this product or I want to talk about this product because the brand is paying me to talk about it, good or bad, you know? And I'm just like, you know, I am so poor that I can't afford to buy new makeup to spot like to fill like to do an actual video on my channel. But yet all these people that are making money from YouTube are getting free product. Like I know the concept of PR and I totally completely think that that makes sense. But from my perspective, I'm just like, why don't the poor people get money, like the free makeup so that we can like actually do stuff in videos? Because I'm like, I can't film a video with new product if I can't afford to buy the new product, you know? So I really try to work my content around that and do a lot of like use what I have, try and find things within my collection so I don't have to buy the new products. Like I try not to have to buy every new thing to review new items because I know some people out there aren't interested in that kind of content. Um, I would definitely like to make money and I would definitely like to be a full-time YouTuber. I, on the other hand, on the kind of flip side to that, I live in a very rural area. I am not really in an area that's like super populated with like lots of things to do, lots of people to hang out with, places to go where I can like vlog and talk about it. Like my life is fairly boring. Like last week, I spent like 4 days at my house doing nothing. And like I was just playing my Nintendo Switch, watching TV, going about my day, like nothing interesting. And I'm just like, it'd be so hard to be a full-time YouTuber knowing that my life is so incredibly dull and like there's not enough to like I feel like I would almost need to have an extra umph to like boost up my content, but at the same time you should be interesting enough that you don't need that to help your content. Like I've watched so many videos recently that talk about like you shouldn't move to like LA or New York thinking that it'll do something for your channel. If you're not interesting enough, people aren't going to keep watching regardless of where you're at, essentially. And I feel like that could be the same here. So it kind of, I feel like I would want to be a full-time YouTuber, but I don't want to move to get into a nice place. And I'm not sure I'm interesting enough for that to happen. So don't really know what would happen there, but that'd be nice. Then that way I can talk about makeup all the time and have like more time to focus on YouTube, which would be my job. So then I would have to. Number 5 says, what is your schedule like? When do you film and when do you edit? So my schedule doesn't really exist. I've always wanted to plan a schedule out and I tried to do that. Whenever I tried to film videos for the month of Halloween or October, the month of October, which had Halloween at the end of it, I wanted to do a makeup look like every 3 or 4 days, which is when I try to upload a video. And I've been very inconsistent with that within the last couple months. But September was rough for me. And then I was off to a good start in October, had actually filmed a couple videos ahead of time. And then I had an incident with a family member, and it really took out like 2 full weeks of filming for me. Like, I wasn't really home, wasn't wearing makeup, wasn't going out to buy things. I wasn't in the right state of mind to actually even film a video. So that really cut back on any kind of schedule I had, which made me realize that like maybe I shouldn't make a schedule. Because part of me was like, if you don't make a schedule, something bad won't happen. And I know that that's so unbelievably dumb, but I know that that's also like how some people think in some ways. Like that's how OCD forms. And I don't want to say that I'm that bad in any way. I just know that that's like, that sort of thinking can cause those types of behaviors. But I also was just like, why make a schedule if it's just going to get broken up? And it's not going to happen the way you wanted it to? And I like everybody does Vlogmas, and I was trying to do that in my own way in October. But then I thought like maybe I'll do Vlogmas and like do some sort of like upload a video every day. But it's so much work that I honestly couldn't even. Like I can't believe there's so many YouTubers out there who participate in that because it just like blows my mind that like how difficult it is because you have to be doing something, you have to have content for the day, you have to edit, and then you have to get it uploaded all like every day. And that's just like so much that your whole day is spent like doing videos essentially. You're either filming them or you're editing them, and that's just like crazy, and I just couldn't. I typically film whenever I get home from work or later in the evenings. It's currently like 11:15 or something, and this is just when I decided to sit down and film. I typically try and do my videos earlier. On the weekends, I film before noon because in that way I'm like doing a get ready with me, trying out new makeup, putting on makeup or something in some way. So I like to do that early because I don't like being one of those people that does my makeup and then immediately takes it off. I don't like that. I'm not here for that. I know that there's some people that actually do stuff like that, but that's not for me. I'd rather do my makeup and then go about my day and then wear it for like 8-10 hours. I don't want to like get to the point where I'm just putting on makeup for a video, taking it off. Like you see me sitting here not wearing makeup. I wasn't going to put on makeup at 11 o'clock at night to just take it off 5 minutes after filming the video. Like that's just such a waste of makeup. And I just didn't really want to do that. And as far as editing goes, I like to edit a lot early mornings, like before I go to work. Like whenever I get to work and I have a couple minutes before clocking in, I'll edit then or on my lunch break. Or sometimes like when I'm like sitting on my couch and like just watching TV, I'll like get out my laptop and start editing a video and like working on the thumbnail, working on like any aspects of the video and things like that. I've started to get into like kind of a routine of how I edit my videos, so it cuts down a little bit of time, but it still does take a while depending on how long the video is. Number 6 says, how do you keep your channel organized? Do you plan ahead or just film what you feel like? So I want to be more organized on YouTube, and I think that's going to be something like a goal I set for the new year. It's just to try and like not do as many get ready with me's or trying on new makeup unless I have like most of a full face. I don't mind doing the new makeup videos. I just find that, and this is from my perspective looking at my own channel, that whenever I film get ready with me's, it feels very lazy. Like anybody can sit down, put on some makeup and talk about stuff. It might as well be a podcast where I'm just putting on makeup and talking. You know what I mean? And if I like had a podcast, that'd be a great concept. Nobody would know I was wearing makeup and I was just talking while I was doing it. But I want my videos to have more substance and to actually have some thought into them. So I want to try and come up with a schedule where I only do an anti-haul once or twice a month. I only do like one get ready with me a week or two, like every other week or something like that. And then focus a lot of videos on talking about brands and products and new releases and things that just like the more factual things like I had been discussing earlier. I just kind of want to focus more on like what's actually happening and not like my opinion on that. Because I don't want my videos to be so like about me. I want to like turn the table and make it like, okay, here's this brand, they're doing this, this, and this, and then give an opinion. I don't want it to just be this brand's doing this and here's how I feel about it. Like there needs to be a little bit of like an in-between. Okay, that's about it. Number 7, how do you feel about sponsored videos? Have you or would you ever do one on your channel? I have never done a sponsored video. I watch certain channels that do sponsored content that is integrated into the video, and some people do it very well. Some people will be sitting there saying, this really hurt my eyes, but you know what doesn't hurt my eyes? These glasses that I just bought, or these contacts that I got sent in the mail. They find a way to really like push it. I had just recently watched a video from a commentary channel, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to call this person out, but they were in the middle of talking about something and then said, does this stress you out? How about you go and buy this? And it was like, I forget what the sponsorship was. I don't think it was glasses, but it was something that I don't think I would have bought, like vitamins or something maybe. I honestly don't remember, but it was something that I like knew I wasn't going for. And I was just like, I couldn't tell if that was a good transition or not. And some sponsorships, I just kind of like some people, I feel like take sponsorships just because they want the money, not because they feel any type of way towards the sponsorship. Like it could be something that they completely don't believe in, or they don't like the vitamins. I saw a commercial for vitamins pop up. It was like an ad on YouTube, and it seemed so unbelievably fake to me. Like I didn't believe the people at all. And like I've seen people talk about razors and glasses and hair products, and I could tell that those people had like used them. They've talked about them before. Those types of sponsorships I don't mind. I also have to say I hate HelloFresh sponsorships where they make the food and then sit there and eat it and then talk about like, oh, this food's great as they have food in their mouth. No, I'm not one of those people that like gets grossed out by eating food, but mukbangs, gross, disgusting. Could not sit there and watch those. The slurping and the ASMR of them eating, ew, gross. And this is like teetering on that. I could never. Doesn't matter if I use HelloFresh, I would have to be like, look, I can't eat this on camera because it disgusts me. Like, I don't want to see people like watching me eat. Like, how gross is that? Like, I know it's probably just me feeling like so ugh about this, but like, it makes me feel ugh. So I feel like I'd have to be very picky with the content that I chose to put out in terms of sponsorships to then determine if it's like actually worth, going with. The final question says, what do you think is the biggest challenge of doing YouTube part-time? I think the biggest challenge is finding the time. And I say this in like the whole retrospect of YouTube, finding the time to come up with a concept, finding the time to do any kind of scheduling, finding the time to buy the products that you're promoting, whether it be home care, if you're DIYing like Dollar Tree items, if you're talking about makeup, if you're gaming, you like all of the time that it takes to like get those items. Then you have to film the video, then you have to edit the video, then you have to post the video and figure out what a schedule is for when you post those videos, and you have to do a thumbnail. And if you forgot to take a picture, well, you better figure out the clothes and the makeup you had on and retry and take that picture, or take a picture of the makeup you were wearing, or try and find some way to make the thumbnail look nice, And I just think the biggest thing is just trying to make it all work. I think that's like, and that seems like such a dumb thing to talk about, and like that's the whole point. Like YouTube didn't seem that difficult whenever I first like thought about it. And then I realized what all went into it, and I was like, this is insane. Like this is a full-blown like production. Like I had watched Desi and someone. It was her and her husband, I believe. And they had done a video talking about their lighting and how they like film their videos. And they had a little tiny office like the size of like this corner behind me right here. And they had their table set up, which is where she filmed. Then she had a giant backdrop that they said they had made themselves, which honestly looked super easy. Then they had like so much lighting around her to like eliminate the shadows, make everything bright, make her bright, but then take away the shadows in the background and highlight the backdrop. And that was like so mind-blowing to me. And it just like, it's just intense. And my thing, I have a hard time wanting to invest in YouTube when I'm not sure if it's going to pay off properly. And I know it's the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. But I've like bought a ring light, and I bought a little bit of things to like help boost my content and like make it actually better. But I just don't know like how much to actually invest in it before it just becomes like a waste of my money. And that's where I kind of feel like at a wall. So I guess you could say like everything, honestly, like is the hardest part. But I really like filming YouTube videos. I like the people that are commenting on my channel. I know there's not a whole lot of people. I finally hit over 100 subscribers and I didn't realize it was over 100 until I looked, and it's like 120 something. I can't remember what the number is, but it's like way past 100, and I was like, I missed it, and I was like so excited to get over 100. And like, I like seeing the comments. I like getting to open up to people and talk about things. I like getting to share my knowledge of makeup and my love of makeup, because that's like the biggest part, is just like we have like such a nice community of people that just love makeup. They love putting it on, they love talking about it, they love seeing new releases, they love ranting about the new releases, and it's just it's so like it's just so nice. And like, I know there's been issues and people talk crap about the beauty community and they just try and like say that we're the worst part of YouTube and blah blah blah. But I just like I just love it so much. Like, I could just watch beauty content all the time. Let me know what your favorite part of YouTube is as a watcher, as a, you know, if you're a content creator, what have you, in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell down below so you get notified when I upload my next video. I hope you guys have a good day, a good Christmas, a good holiday season. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a good holiday. Have a good New Year if I don't have a video posted by then. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.